Hello everybody, it's again Slay here. Today we are reacting to Wansse Entrainment. But if you want to see me do the Llama before, I react to Mahina.h anime and Llama Arts. Now we're doing a new one called Wansse Entrainment. He's another YouTube channel too, so he's a YouTube channel, and I didn't watch any of his videos, but I saw myself react to it, so we're gonna watch it. In this video, we're gonna react to True Please Horror Story. Let's watch it, and I'll tell you all the details. Please Horror Story.
This story is a true story that happened to my dad, who we will call John, when he was serving as a young police officer in the 90s.
Alright.
I've only heard the story one time, as he doesn't like to talk about it to this day, as the events that occurred disturbed him so much.
Oh.
Now, my dad is a big guy, being 6'1" and over 225 pounds.
Oh.
He was in his mid-20s at the time. Now, being a police officer, it was John's job to patrol the streets.
Oh.
Especially the worn, dusty roads in the back of town.
Awesome.
Mind you, the houses back there are few and far between, and are very secluded, as this area of town is covered by woods, and are at least 20 minutes from the rest of civilization. John was...
Let me pause, because I thought my notification was on or something, but I know my earbuds are just a little bit different, but maybe check keeps coming off my ears. I don't know what's going on. But let's keep watching the video. Sorry for pausing it though. If you want to see the original one, to stop talking, watch the video. I'll put that link down in the description if you want to see it.
Patrolling one of the roads in the back of town, it was just after nightfall, and the area became extremely dark around him. While driving, John suddenly saw a little girl standing on the side of the road, not far from the trees that line the woods. The girl was described as being between 6 and 9 years old, who was wearing a white gown and was barefooted. Of course, John stopped his car immediately, seeing this little girl in the middle of nowhere after dark with no one else around. He called it in over his radio what he saw, and stepped out of the car to talk to the girl. He never saw her face. She had long hair that mostly covered him, and he could not make out anything distinctive.
Wait, I think I know what this girl looked like. This girl looked like not Emily Wants to Play. She looked like the Ring Girl a little bit. She looked like that Ring Girl a little bit. She was like the Ring Girl a little bit. But that's how, I don't know why, but it's some different idea when I looked at it. That's what she looks like. That's what she looked like. That's my prediction. Over there. Let's continue.
Though when he called to the girl to come to him, and that he was a police officer and there to help her, she ran from him, right into the dark woods. John followed her into the woods, calling out to her to stop. But what was strange, though, is that he was never able to catch up to the little girl. In the dark woods, all he could see was a trail of her white gown flitting between trees, leading him deeper and deeper into the woods. The girl led him directly into a clearing in the woods, where he saw brick steps that led to nowhere, right there in the middle of the clearing. As John looked around, the little girl was nowhere to be found. The clearing was so large and open that there would have been no way the girl could have run and him not see her. A sudden sense of dread and fear filled him, as he realized it was impossible for the girl to just disappear out of thin air, that this girl was a ghost. John turned around and ran as fast as he could back to his...
It was Ghost Girl? I thought it was a real girl, but it wasn't a real girl. It was a ghost girl. No way. I cannot hear that.
Car on the road, and had to tell the dispatcher on the radio what happened.
You know why I said? Do you know why he said it's a ghost girl? I thought it was a real girl, but You know what vibe? You know what this story vibe when it's a ghost story? You know what vibe it gave me? At Dev Night vibes. They give me at Dev Night vibes. That's what it gives me to.
He initiated the report when he first saw the girl. Though embarrassed to tell dispatch what happened, he did, and was surprised to hear that he wasn't the first officer who reported seeing this.
What?
Apparently, many officers, for years,
Wow.
and chased her into the woods to the same mysterious set of stairs that lead to nowhere.
Wow.
It was hard for me to get this story out of my dad, as he does not believe in things like ghosts. Even though this happened to him almost 30 years ago, I've never been able to get him to retell this story, as he likes to pretend it never happened.
Dang. Seriously. How? No way it could be that. I did not know that was going to happen. I thought it would work for him. But somebody rescind that girl. Yeah, let me get this thing to turn. See, it's a new update on my phone, so I don't know how to do anything with it because there's something. It's still recorded, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have that out. So that is crazy. I don't know how that happens. Okay, okay. This video we're going to watch is my roommate, ex-girlfriend, horror story animated. Let's watch it. My roommate's ex.
My name's Oliver.
Oliver.
I'm 23. 24 on August 22nd. And I go by he, him, they, them. That's my pronouns. This happened to me when I was in my second year at university, majoring in hospitality. I was 20 at the time.
Wow.
I lived in a rental apartment that had 3 rooms on the 3rd floor of the apartment building, which was 15 minutes away by foot from my university. So I shared them with another 2 people to get cheaper rent. I shared them with a 3rd-year senior named Michael, who majored in electrical engineering, and an alumni who was in for his MBA for linguistics, named Sam.
Wow.
We sometimes do like to play pranks on each other since we were kind of active on social media. Yeah, for the clout. Anyways, as I remember, on the 25th of August 2016, about 3 days after my birthday, I had headed back home after a part-time job around 6 p.m. On that day, both Michael and Sam were out drinking, which made me the only person home. As soon as I arrived in the hallway of my apartment, I saw a girl crouching in front of the front door to my room. I looked around for a bit before letting out a short, tiring sigh and said, "Miss, do you live here? Do you need my help to call the landlord just in case you lost your key or something?" I waited for a reply to my question for about a minute or so, and all of a sudden she started to stand up and look at me, and she asked if Leon was around. I kind of sighed with relief and told her Leon went out drinking with his friends. If you would like, you can wait inside. She then smiled and nodded her head. I, however, without hesitation, just unlocked the door and let her in. I then told her to sit wherever she feels comfortable, when she ended up sitting on the sofa. I tried offering her drinks and asked if she ate dinner, and she said, "I don't need anything. I just want to meet Leon."
Oh, okay.
I raised my eyebrow a little, and I proceeded to ask what her relationship was with Leon. She told me that she was his girlfriend.
Oh.
I've never seen him go on a date. We didn't talk about his dating life.
Dang, really?
What he told us was that he used to date a girl 5 years ago when he was heavily drunk. I then just shrugged it off since I wasn't interested in prying into someone's love life.
So it's the same girl. It's the same girl of his. It's his friend's girl. Oh, that is so weird.
I then asked her if she tried calling Leon.
True.
She replied with, "I don't have a phone."
Oh, wow.
I then raised my eyebrows again with a questioning face. I mean, it's 2016. Anyone her age owns a smartphone at least. I then just grabbed my phone out of my pocket and offered it to her to use it to call Leon.
Yeah, use it.
She refused and said, "I think I'll just wait."
Oh.
I then said, "Are you sure?
Are you sure?
They'll be pretty late. Maybe leave a text?"
Yeah.
She replied with, "No, I said I'll wait."
Oh.
Sternly.
Okay.
So I let out a sigh and said, "Look, lady, I'm tired, but if you insist on waiting, at least text him." I then waited for her to reply, and all she did was turn to the left side and stare out the window. I soon then just gave up and told her I'll be going for a quick shower. I brought my phone along to the shower and texted Leon about his girlfriend, and then I hopped into the shower. About 25 to 30 minutes later, I received a call from Leon. I was done with my shower and putting on my shirt and shorts, and I answered his phone call with him saying, "Hey, read your text. Is this some kind of half-assed prank? I'm not dating anyone currently." I replied to him, "I feel like I'm being pranked here. She insisted on waiting for you. She told me she's your girlfriend." He then asked me what her name was, which I never got to ask her.
Damn.
He asked me to describe her. I told him that she has long brownish hair with brown eyes, probably about 5'2", wearing a dark blue sweatshirt too big for her, with a pair of jeans and black sneakers. Soon after hearing that, Leon stayed quiet for about 5 minutes. I asked him, "What's wrong? Crazy ex-girlfriend?" while chuckling. He then said something I didn't
Damn, he's scared now.
That girl, she sounds like she was my girlfriend 5 years ago.
What?
She died.
Oh.
Her family's apartment.
What?
Silence and shock. Sweat started breaking out. He then said, "Just don't do or say anything to her. I'll be back in a few minutes, but don't hang up." I then could hear him running through the phone. I, on the other hand, didn't believe him, thinking it might be a prank. I went out of the bathroom with my hair still kind of wet, and there I saw her standing on the rail of the balcony while saying, "I'm never good enough for him," while tears were running down her face. Upon seeing this, I threw my phone down and ran close to the balcony entrance and told her to come inside desperately. She only turned her face toward me and smiled and said, "He will never find happiness," and jumped off. I screamed while trying to grab her, but only missed. I closed my eyes in fear, then opened my eyes to look down and see nothing.
It was just
The girl who jumped off was nowhere to be found.
It's Ghost.
Soon after that, Leon arrived, panting, and he saw me on the balcony and walked towards me and asked where she was. I told him what happened. He sighed in relief and told me that he'd been seeing her in his dreams, and sometimes would see a silhouette of her from time to time.
Damn.
It was probably because he kept that dark blue sweatshirt she wore when she jumped off, which originally belonged to Leon. He received them back from her mother a month ago during the anniversary of her death. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that experience. Leon still hasn't dated anyone, and he never opens up about what happened between him and her. I never forced him to tell me anything, but the words she muttered before jumping about how he will never find happiness makes me think there might be more to her story. As for the sweatshirt, Leon told me he left it on her gravestone, and I've never seen her again.
Jeez, really? He did it before, so this girl was a little bit different. Oh, so it wasn't really his girl anyway, because it wasn't his girl, no way. That's crazy. That was a little bit disturbing as well. But that's just makes it weird. So I don't know anything about it. So I'm gonna let's see. Let's watch the True Doppelganger Horror Story. Let's watch that.
Ture Dixon would outlaw abortion with no exceptions. No exception.
That really happened to me. This happening completely changed my whole life. Now, I'm not who I used to be. One day 5 years ago, I was watching YouTube as usual. While scrolling down through my recommendeds, I found a thumbnail of a YouTuber who looked exactly the same as me.
What?
Hugely surprised, I clicked it. To my surprise, the YouTuber in the video had my face. I mean, his eyes, nose, mouth, and even the shape of his nostrils looked just like mine.
Wow.
Also, his voice, the way he smiled, the shape of his eyebrows, and the spots on his face looked exactly the same as mine.
Wow.
When I first saw the video, I thought maybe I had uploaded it and had some partial amnesia or something. But obviously that didn't make sense. How could I have made that many videos and not remember them?
True.
I showed it to my parents and friends. I told them it wasn't me, but they just laughed at me.
Wow.
Saying things like, "Don't be ridiculous. So what, is this your doppelganger?" No matter how hard I tried to explain, they didn't believe me. They just...
Oh, you know when he said doppelganger? So, if you don't know what a doppelganger is like, has the same name as you, not like the same age though, but has the same last name. If you're a brother or sister, you're gonna have the same name anyway, so, then, in back to the doppelganger, like, as your sister or your brother, that you're not doppelgangers. When the doppelganger, they call you twins. So, doppelganger means you're gonna have the same hair color, same hair color, same eyes. Well, some people have eyes. Some have blue eyes or green eyes. And they have the same personality as you do. So that's what doppelgangers are. I'm trying to need for out.
Kept giggling watching those videos.
Damn.
They were completely convinced that the YouTuber in the video was me.
Wow.
I asked my mom if I had a twin brother or something, but she said, "Are you making a prank video or something like that? Oh, you really are a YouTuber." Well,
What?
even if I had a twin, that wouldn't actually explain anything.
True.
Even twins don't look exactly the same.
That's true.
Suddenly, I wondered if someone made a composite with computer graphics using my face image.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But why? I'm not a celebrity or a handsome guy.
That's true.
Why would anyone use my face?
Why?
I'm just an ordinary dude.
Yeah, that's true.
So I sent an email with my picture to the YouTuber to figure out the truth. Who are you? Why are you using my face? Or is that really what you look like? I also sent some pictures of my forearm with an old burn scar that I got when I was 7, and my belly button, which looked very unique. I thought these things could never be the same. Several days later, I got a reply from him. He said, "Nice try. You made a composite with my face. I bet my toes that you're fooling around with my picture. Seriously though, if you really look the same as me, I would gladly cut my little toe and send it to you. By the way, how did you know about the scar on my forearm? Who the hell are you? I'm interested. If you really want to
What?
video call me, that would make for some interesting content." So I video called him. As soon as the video was over, both he and I grabbed our hearts and we began to suffocate. Exactly the same faces. There were 2 of me. I barely pushed an end call button, and when his face disappeared, the pain also stopped. He also looked extremely shocked. I mean, his face looked exactly the same as when I got shot. I sent an email saying, "Now you believe me? You gonna cut off your toe?" He didn't answer.
Wow.
Then, one day, a new video was uploaded on his channel with the title, "The Doppelganger." When I found it, I got goosebumps all over, but I couldn't help but check it out. In the video, he kept gazing at the camera with an expressionless face for a while. Then, with a bizarre smile, he picked up a mirror and began to stare at himself inside of it. He kept staring at himself for almost an hour, laughing like crazy.
Oh, wow. Dang.
And in the end, he smashed the mirror and shouted,
Damn.
"Is it your face or mine?" It was extremely creepy.
Yeah.
After that last video, nothing was uploaded on the channel anymore. Even several weeks since that day, there wasn't any new content uploaded. I got nervous. What if something bad happened to him?
True.
A few days later, I got a call. When I picked up the phone,
It's him. It's him. It's him.
my heart sank.
It's him.
"Hello, sir. This is Officer Ackles.
Oh,
Is
no.
this Mr. James speaking?" "Yes, this is James. Any problem?" I asked in a shaky voice. What the police said next made me feel like my heart dropped to my feet. "James, a man with the same name as you is missing. We found he recently communicated with you through email. We're now tracing him and he boarded a flight to the U.S. Tell us anything about him?" I was shocked again. Not only his face, but also his name was the same as mine. According to the police, they found a notebook at his house which was written like this: May 12, 2017. It feels like I've been disappearing from the world since I met him. My face in the mirror is getting shadowed by the black like a black hole. The mirror doesn't show my face anymore. May 15th, 2017. I am losing my sense of identity. Even when somebody calls my name, I don't know whether they're calling me or somebody else. I really don't know who I am anymore. May 27th, 2017. Yesterday I threw up blood and was carried to the emergency room. The doctor said my organs were rotting. He didn't know why this was happening to me or how to treat it. He just looked at me helplessly. June 3rd, 2017. Today I suddenly passed out on the street while walking. I was really lucky to get CPR from a passerby. He said my heart wasn't beating for a while. June 5th, 2017. In bed, I saw a creepy black figure standing in front of me. Standing still, the figure said, "You saw what you shouldn't." June 6th, 2017. Things to do this week. 1. Find other me. 2. Get rid of him.
What?
His last memo, there was no more writing. It was assumed he left home right after this. However, a thought had suddenly struck me. I had emailed him my home address. As I couldn't even imagine what was going to happen, I began to panic. The next day, one of my friends texted me, and the message shocked me again. "Hey man, it was nice to see you yesterday. Thanks for the drinks, by the way. You look different. Pretty weird." I called him right away to figure out what happened. He said, "Yeah, you're back today. Did I meet your doppelganger yesterday?" I asked him to tell me what had happened, making an excuse that I was blackout drunk. Then he said, "Are you kidding me? We giggled and chatted. We looked at the pictures we took before at your home. Dude, how did you not know your way home? I was totally worn out after taking you to your house." At that moment, it felt like the world stopped. I was unable to say a word. My ears began to ring. My friend's voice asking whether I was okay just sounded like buzzing. I knew that May was coming to me. I became engulfed in fear. I rushed into my room and closed the door. However, I heard my family chattering away in the living room, and soon, my legs turned into jelly. Because I also heard my own voice out of there chattering. I began to tremble, standing behind the door. After a while, I heard footsteps coming up to my room, closer and closer. Then, the door handle was turned slowly and the door opened, and there was him. No, me standing at the door. I stood speechlessly, face to face with the other me. He grinned and walked towards a full-length mirror. Then, he gazed in the mirror at his face and my face, alternately. He repeated that faster and faster and began to gasp for breath. "I can't fucking see myself in the mirror anymore!" He shouted like this and suddenly rushed towards me with a horrible shriek. "Ah!" I fell on my back and he shouted while choking me. "Why me? If it's between me and you, then you gotta die! It makes sense that way! Bullshit! Get off of me! Please, we need to talk!" I was almost fading away. And then, he suddenly stopped and fell down on the floor. He rolled over and over, grabbing his face and howling in pain. His eyes began to swell as if they were going to pop, and his nose bled from both nostrils. His face got twisted and distorted. I also heard the awful sound of his jawbone falling, and the crunching sound of the bones all in his body. I screamed, absolutely paralyzed by that dreadful scene. While he was screaming and rolling over, the sound of his bones and tendons being broken. But soon, he went deadly silent. When I looked at him, his face had turned into a completely different look and he'd already stopped breathing. I called 911. Since his face was awfully disfigured, the police had great difficulties in identifying him. Besides, his fingerprints were exactly the same as mine. What? Totally got the police confused.
No way.
The police searched his house and his belongings thoroughly and got in touch with his friends and acquaintances. But all of them said they didn't know him. After all this, it was closed as an unsolved case, without any result. To this day, I have no idea who he was. Nobody in this world knows who he was. A long time has passed since then, but I still suffer from nightmares. years. In the dream, he or I come closer and squeeze my throat. I suffer from that pain to death. Then, when I'm almost at my last gasp, I barely awake from the nightmare. I haven't been able to look in the mirror since then. I'm going to get plastic surgery soon. That may be the only way out from this nightmare.
Wow. Dang, that is crazy. There's no way. There's no way you can get onto that. That's like, you don't know what he's doing for him. Like, he knows it's him, but it's not you. But it's not even you. But it's just only someone else who's doing it like you. But he's trying to be like you, but not really like you. Not like you. So, we're gonna watch one more video. So we're gonna watch, let me think. Okay, there we go. So let's watch True Street. Well, let's do his recent video. Let's do True Creature Horror Story Animated. Let's watch that.
When we remove artificial expectations and choose a simple path, we feel free. Skidz Skewer, full of protein. Less sets you free.
This is our last video. Creature in the Forest.
A small bit of background that is relevant to the story before I start. I'm a father.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
The family that adopted her keeps me in the loop. Videos and pictures of her. Keep that in mind as I tell this story.
Alright.
This takes place 4 years after.
4 years.
I was out deer hunting in northwest Alabama.
No deer hunting.
50 miles from the Georgia border.
Oh.
My hunting trip started like any other.
Oh, okay.
Supplies, packing up, and checking with all the necessary outfits, so if something goes wrong, I could get picked up. I left at about 5 a.m. and got to my destination around 4 p.m.
Wow.
For a hunting lease, a buddy of mine. I then began my trek to a tree line. Once I got there, I set up my sleeping area and headed off into the woods to find wood for a rocket stove. I found the wood pretty quick. Then I made it back to camp for an evening of relaxation and peace. Before I called it a night, I was sitting around watching some videos of my daughter playing and talking until I got tired and decided to climb into the blind. This blind was about 12 feet in the air, mind you. I was going to get some shut-eye. I ended up falling asleep rather quickly to the sound of the forest. I woke up in the middle of the night to dead silence. The entire forest was deathly quiet, as if it was waiting for something to happen. The night air was cool at my face as I sat up. Under any other circumstance, it would have been a nice night if I didn't know that a predator was around. While I sat there waiting for any noise to come through, it was as if the night had died.
Looks like it.
After about 5 minutes, I decided to ignore it and try to get some more sleep for the hunting tomorrow.
Okay.
It took about 30 minutes before I started to doze off again, when I heard something that shook me to my core. I heard my daughter's voice. About 30 seconds later, I heard it again.
Oh no.
This time it was close enough to understand what was said.
Is he dead or alive?
Daddy, where are you? It was unmistakably my daughter's voice.
True.
Only it sounded all wrong, like it was a recording. I checked my phone, but it was turned off to conserve battery.
It's not
It
her.
was a rather bright night, so I decided to
That's not
I could see anything.
That's not her. That's not
In
her.
my head, I wanted to see who was using my daughter's voice.
Yeah.
She was 600 miles away from there.
Yeah.
There would be no way she was out here with me.
That's true.
This tree blind was set up in such a way to make it really hard to see at night.
Wow.
It overlooks an area where trees were few,
Yeah.
were about 20 feet apart. So there was plenty of moonlight beaming through the branches.
That can be true.
reaching the forest floor.
Yeah.
At first, I saw nothing but empty woods. With whatever was using my daughter's voice getting closer, it was only a matter of time. About 5 minutes passed. I heard it again. It seemed to be coming about 50 yards north. I turned my head to look in that direction, and I stopped. My breathing froze. What I saw in front of me was a 7 to 8 foot tall alabaster creature sniffing the air. It had no hair, and it appeared emaciated, like it hadn't fed in about a week.
Oh, wow.
It had long, lanky arms that ended in human-like hands. As it sniffed the surroundings, I felt as though if I even thought about making a noise, it would find me, and I would never make it home. Watching it sniff the air for some time, I saw it walk about 100 feet. Then it said again, "Daddy, I'm scared. Help me."
Oh, that's the one.
Worried, like it knew I was somewhere around there.
He was using his daughter's voice to think of everything. You know, with the same person who does it, I think Siren Head was the one who always, when Siren Head eats people, it used their voice to make it mimic their voice in this idea. So that's how it came up with it.
I refused to look away as I watched this thing walk off. After about 10 minutes, the sounds of the forest started up again. I let myself relax for a second. Once I did, my entire body ached. I must have been tensing up really hard for a long time.
Yeah.
Needless to say, as first light came, I got out of there, and I refused to go back.
Oh.
I've told this story to native friends when I got home, and they think it's a Wendigo, but I'm not too sure. All I know is I will never be back in that area of woods ever again.
Oh, you left your gun. Jeez. Absolutely good. That animation was good. That animation was so good. That animation is so good. That is so good. That animation is so good. That animation is so good. Yeah. Yeah, subscribe to Wansse. I'm gonna do it right now. And just do that, and do that, and get it. Yeah, it's so much interesting. So it's always interesting because there's a lot of people who does it a lot. So there are crazy stuff around Halloween. So Halloween is still coming on the horizon, but there are good animations and scary thoughts, but I want to see more videos of him. If you want me to go back to My Story Animated or other or horror or other channel stories or other stories or some true stories, or you want me to react to story booth anyway, want me to give me like 5 likes. Those are not really, you're never gonna give me 5 likes. Or just give me like 10 views on this video, then I'll put his channel in the description as well. And then you can like subscribe like I did already. So I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna end the video right here. Join the Keep It Squad. Love you. Bye bye.